Have you ever pondered what secrets a Hollywood legend conceals behind their glitzy smile? The glittering Rat Pack actress Angie Dickinson has a backstory that goes beyond bright lights and red carpets. We're delving into rare images of Angie Dickinson today that you've most likely never seen before, each of which reveals more about her extraordinary life. These pictures convey a tale of brilliance, heartache, and resiliency. From her humble beginnings to her iconic parts in films like Rio Bravo and Policewoman, I have a shocking picture that shows you a side of Angie you won't believe. So stay tuned until the very end, you won't want to miss it. A picture from Angie's early years in North Dakota will serve as our starting point. Born in 1931 as Angelyn Brown, she grew up in a tiny town where her father was a movie theater projectionist and the editor of the local newspaper. Imagine a young Angie, perhaps 10 years old, watching the silver screen's flickering lights from outside a little movie theater, her eyes bright with dreams. In this uncommon photo, she is wearing a basic frock, her hair styled in pigtails, and her expression is one of awe. It's difficult to think that this little town girl would eventually appear on screen alongside movie icons like Frank Sinatra and John Wayne. Even yet, the spark that made her famous is visible. When she was a youngster, her family relocated to California, and this picture shows the beginning of her Hollywood ambitions. Let's go ahead to the 1950s now. This gorgeous black and white image shows Angie posing on the set of one of her first television appearances as a young actress. Her self-assured smile is what draws your attention, even if she is wearing a stunning gown and has flawless hair. Angie was starting her career in show business at this time, making appearances on programs like the Colgate Comedy Hour. This picture depicts a woman who believed she was meant for greater things, even though she wasn't yet a household name. Everyone was drawn to her because of her captivating appeal. Fun fact, she got her start as a showgirl on the Jimmy Durante Show after placing second in a local Miss America pageant. Angie became famous as a result of her hustle. Another treasure is this unscripted photograph from the 1959 Rio Bravo set. John Wayne and Angie are standing next to each other, laughing while they take a break between takes. She is playing the kind of fearless, smart woman who won over audiences in her famous feathers outfit, complete with feathers and sass because it shows Angie's capacity to compete with the best personalities in Hollywood. This picture is unique. You can see why this part earned her a Golden Globe for New Star of the Year. This backstage photo captures the true Angie, bold and vibrant, and her chemistry with Wayne was explosive. It serves as a reminder of how she made a name for herself in a field that was dominated by men. Now let's go to the 1960s, when Angie rose to fame in Hollywood. The following image is from Ocean's 11, in which she co-starred with Sammy Davis, Jr. Dean Martin, and Frank Sinatra, known as the Rat Pack. She is seated at a poker table with the boys in this uncommon photo, and her sneaky smile indicates that she is aware of the joke. Angie was not only a lovely face, she was one of the boys and could compete with them in their chaotic and charming world. Rumors circulated that she and Sinatra were becoming close, with some even claiming that they nearly got married in 1964. Angie, however, was too self-reliant for that. You can sense that fortitude in her eyes in this picture, as she once stated, but she didn't want to wed an actress who despises Sinatra. It provides an insight into her life as the hippest female friend in Hollywood. Here's a picture that makes you feel something. During a peaceful moment at home in the 1970s, Angie is seen cradling her daughter, Nikki. Nikki has health issues, such as Asperger's syndrome, and was born prematurely. Angie's tender cider love as a mother is evident in this picture. Life wasn't always simple during this period, as she was having problems with her marriage to songwriter Burt Bacharach. You can sense the weight of Angie's later revelation that Bacharach failed to provide Nikki with the support she required in this picture. Warmth is also present, though, as Angie's arm is securely encircling her daughter. It serves as a reminder that, like everyone else, Angie had hardships beneath the glitz. Let's discuss Policewoman. The following image features Angie in a daring costume from the 1970s. Walking through a scene as Sergeant Pepper Anderson, she became well known as a result of this position, which encouraged women across to enlist in law enforcement. Do you think that's possible? That kind of life-changing TV show? She is all business in this picture, holding a revolver and wearing a determined expression. The handwritten comment on the back, purportedly from a producer, that reads, "Pepper's stealing the show," is what makes it unique, though. Her picture perfectly depicts Angie's toughness, intelligence, and absolute charisma, which garnered her 3 Emmy nods for her performance. She became a trailblazer for women on television, which is not surprising. Here's an unexpected one, a 1974 Big Bad Mama set photo. Angie is holding a Tommy gun while striking a wild, defiant attitude, while wearing a dress from the 1930s. With some bold moments that startled viewers at the time, this film was a change from her typical roles. Despite being in her 40s, her confidence and enthusiasm belied her age. Angie embraces her courageous side in this uncommon photo, demonstrating her ability to play any part, no matter how daring. Her willingness to attempt new things and push boundaries, even when Hollywood wasn't always accepting of women over 30, is evidence of her adaptability. Let's move on to something more intimate. This image, taken in the 1980s, depicts Angie at a low-key Beverly Hills event. She's by herself, gazing thoughtfully at the metropolis below. Her career had slowed down at this point, and she was coping with younger actors landing major movie roles. Her stance, however, conveys a sense of power and reflection on a life well lived. When asked about her career, Angie famously referred to herself as one lucky bitch, and this picture perfectly encapsulates that combination of thankfulness and perseverance. It's a unique look into her personal life away from the spotlight and cameras. Let's pause before we conclude to honor Angie Dickinson's legacy. She demonstrated to the world what it means to be a strong, heart-centered celebrity, starting with her breakthrough performance in Rio Bravo and continuing with her groundbreaking part in Police Woman. We get a glimpse of her journey through these uncommon pictures, which are filled with highs, lows, and everything in between. If you enjoyed learning more about Angie's undiscovered story, please share this video with a friend by clicking the subscribe button. It's the most effective technique to preserve these tales. I appreciate you staying to the very end. You're fantastic!